This is St. Louis Cardinals baseball. This afternoon, a gorgeous day on the banks of the Mississippi. Game number 3, the Colorado Rockies and the St. Louis Cardinals. Welcome to the broadcast booth here at Busch Stadium. That's the Cardinals Hall of Famer Jim Edmonds. I'm Dan McLaughlin. Jim Hayes with us as well. The Cardinals looking for a sweep here today, and they'll do that potentially with the great pitching of Adam Wainwright. He was awesome last time out.
Yeah, who else do you turn to when you need a big game? And this sweep is important because it could separate another game from the Milwaukee Brewers. But Adam is Adam. Last time out, 9 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, and that 1 earned run cost him a victory. But still, pitched a great game. Breaking ball was amazing and had his location working. Hopefully that works again today.
Jimmy, I know you're asking, what's he been like against the Rockies? Well, let's give you the Liberty Mutual field coverage. And that is the starts with the games that he's appeared in, but the record, 11-1, a 1.48 ERA. He has been one of the best ever against the Colorado Rockies. Yachty behind the plate, chasing history. The hits piling up. He's moving up the all-time list. Yachty's in the lineup. Baseball coming up on Bally Sports.
In fact, for the 320th time in their storied careers, now only 4 behind Mickey Lolich and Bill Freehan for #1 in Major League history. Yachty back in the lineup and looking for one more hit to get to 2,150 in his career. That would tie him for 5th all-time in Major League history for hits by a primary catcher. He's only 46 hits shy of reaching Jason Kendall for 4th all-time. When we come back, we're going to take a trip around the league. There was some history made last night in Atlanta. That's coming up next here on Bally Sports Midwest. Hi, Uncle Charlie. Starting at third base today against the Rockies in the series finale. Mets in Atlanta last night, and what a debut for Brett Baty. First career at bat. What does he do? Yeah, he launches this one out of here, becoming the 5th Mets player in franchise history to hit a home run in his first at bat. He's the Mets' 2nd-ranked prospect, called up with the injury to Luis Guillorme. His family going nuts in the stands. Mets going to win the game 9-7 against the Braves. Welcome to the show, young one. You got plenty more to accomplish, but what a way to get your career started. Pretty cool. Coming up next, Danny Mack and Jim Edmonds will have more on our Cardinals rookie, Nolan Gorman. We'll get you ready for first pitch as well here on Bally Sports Midwest.
Let's do a little deeper dive here on Nolan Gorman. The Indeed player resume. Not a bad rookie campaign.
Not a bad rookie campaign indeed, because he has done a nice job. Everything that you can ask Nolan Gorman to do. I mean, what else? 22 years old, in the big leagues, having ball, but putting up some numbers as well.
The highest OPS, the National League rookies. Michael Harris just signed a long-term extension with the Atlanta Braves. Then you have Nolan Gorman, Christopher Morel, Brendan Donovan, and Juan Yepes, 3 guys contributing for the Cardinals in their rookie season. Birds look to roll the Rocks, and that means the potential of a sweep. It's the Rockies, the Cardinals, next. And he struck him out.
Just don't know what he's going to throw and when he's going to throw it.
Right down central. Swing and a miss. And Waino is spot on tonight. 8 strikeouts for Wainwright. He was magnificent last time out. It is a beautiful day for baseball. The Cardinals and the Rockies. Day baseball from Busch Stadium here in St. Louis. 82 degrees. And with the Cardinals Hall of Famer Jim Edmonds, I'm Dan McLaughlin. Jim Hayes, the Cat, is with us as well. The Cardinals are season high, 14 games over 500. A 3-game lead now over Milwaukee. And they are 11-3 in August. And that duo hooking up for the 320th career start between battery mates Adam Wainwright and Yadier Molina. That pair needs only 4 more starts after today to tie Mickey Lolich, Bill Freehan of the Tigers for the most starts between battery mates in the history of Major League Baseball. The Hyundai pitch arsenal, we've done it year after year. Jimmy, what does Adam feature?
What does he not have is the question that I'm going to give you today, because he invents something each and every day. Today it'll be interesting to see what is on and what he scraps. So you see all the pitches that he can throw, but it is a daily routine to find out what he is going to master today and what's going to be his out pitch. Last time out, the curveball was unbelievable.
Jose Iglesias at the top of the Rockies lineup, then Charlie Blackmon and Brendan Rodgers, C.J. Cron, Ryan McMahon, Montero, the former Cardinal, Hilliard, Hampson, Nunez for Bud Black, and the Rockies come in at 51 and 68. Wainwright, Senzatella, and the finale of this homestand. The Cardinals are playing great baseball here at home. As a matter of fact, they have beaten the Rockies in 11 straight home games, and 17 of their last 18 against Colorado here at Busch Stadium.
Here we go.
All right, Iglesias digs in, and the first pitch swung on, one hop, hit to short. Edman with time, stretched by Goldie. Iglesias not running all that well. To mention, he hurt his hamstring in the series in Colorado against St. Louis, so Tommy Edman able to stay with this play.
Well, I'll tell you what, that'll wake you up right there if you're the shortstop. Welcome back to the shortstop position, Tommy Edman, and they give Paul DeJong a little day off, but right out of the chute. And then Goldie too with the great play.
He is so good at stretching up the first base line towards right field. I'm not sure I've seen anybody better from a right-handed first baseman make that play.
You know what the thing he does and you don't notice is the shuffle of the feet quietly, so he can put himself in that position. We talked about it the other day, and he made that tag early in the first game against the Rockies. And most guys would try to stay on the bag, stretch. Then if they have to come off tag, he comes off the bag to catch the ball first and then applies the tag, because if you don't catch the ball, there's no point.
Footwork.
Footwork.
Here's an 0-1 pitch to Charlie Blackmon. 0-2. 6 runs batted in this season against the Cardinals in just 5 games. Matter of fact, the only team he has more RBI against is San Diego. But that's in his division. The curveball is slowly hit. Charging. It's Arenado, no chance to get him. And on the 0-2, Blackmon is aboard. With a 1-out base hit.
2 hits in a row to beat the shift right there for Charlie Blackmon. Back-to-back at bats, 2 days in a row.
Cardinals defense around the horn is presented by Dobbs. Yachty behind the plate. Arenado, Edman, Gorman, Goldie on the infield. And the outfield features Tyler O'Neill, Dylan Carlson, and Lars Nootbaar. So the infield hit, and it brings in Rodgers. Get a check on Charlie Blackmon here. He ran pretty far down the first base line, looked to be somewhat uncomfortable. Bud Black and the training staff out to check on Charlie Blackmon, their right fielder today.
I'll tell you what, personal experience, the older you get, the harder it is to stop, not run.
Could have been it.
Especially on the knees. He smells this hit, though, doesn't he? I don't know why he's running hard. There's no one around. Yeah, he looks a little stiff.
You got the day game after the night game. Mentioned that he's had 10+ years now in the big leagues.
That first swing, full speed swing. If they don't hit on the field, you get the the swing and the movement, the groin, the hamstring, the quad, the hip. Everything is not 100% loose. You haven't gone out there on the field. That's the one thing. Even though you can be lazy at times, the one thing I didn't like, I had to get on the field to force myself to get 100% loose, because you can feel like you're loose, but you're not really loose until you really get out there and go.
And now it is Rodgers hitting .285 and a pitch off the plate.
That Tommy Edman ball, that first pitch, I remember early on here, St. Louis. We were playing the Mets, and their leadoff hitter hit a ball over my head on the first pitch. And
might that have been Jose Reyes?
Yeah, and I was going to bring him up the other day when we were talking about Grichuk. Every time I played in the gap, he would hit the other gap. And so first pitch over my head, and I was just a step off from catching it. And I thought that will never happen again as long as I play this game. I will be ready to go on the first pitch. And I'm talking about a 1/10 of a second off.
And a grounder foul by Rogers. 1 hit in all 5 games against the Cardinals. And he's reached base at least twice in 4 of the 5 games.
So not that Tommy didn't make the play, but I promise you, he will be a little bit more aware of the first pitch, and everybody will. It's funny how you kind of just think that someone's going to take that first pitch. You know, first pitch of the game. You don't really look. Yeah, you don't really look into the signs as much. You know, not really locked in yet. And then all of a sudden, whack! Uh-oh, we got a game going on here.
And it's 2-2. Adam Wainwright, 23rd start of the year, number 449 in career appearances. All 4 of his starts this month have been at home, and there's a strikeout in the first of the afternoon. Home plate umpire is Hunter Wendelstedt.
Great 2-seamer back door right there. Tell you what, if he throws that a couple times to righties, you can bet that to the lefties they're going to see one on the inside with 2 strikes. And then if it doesn't catch that, you're going to get that cutter right behind it.
There's C.J. Cron, strike 1. So Adam Wainwright, 12 different seasons in which he's had at least 20 starts. Only Bob Gibson, 14, has more in Cardinals history. Of the current players, Greinke's got 15, Kershaw 13, Scherzer 12. And it's popped up off the end of the bat. That'll carry to Lars Nootbaar, and he has it. Rockies strand a runner in the top of the first, and the Cardinals coming out. It'll be Lars, then Brendan Donovan, Paul Goldschmidt, all coming up for St. Louis. No score here at Busch. The top of the St. Louis lineup. Then Brendan Donovan, 3 hits last night. Paul Goldschmidt, 1 shy of 30 home runs. Nolan Arenado, the former Rocky. Then Gorman drove in 3 in game 2. Tyler O'Neill, Dylan Carlson, Yadier Molina, and the switch hitting Tommy Edman. Antonio Senzatella going for the Rockies today. The right-hander with a record of 3-6. And the first pitch, a fastball taken high. The Hyundai pitch arsenal.
I was going to say, you look here at the pitch arsenal, Danny, with the fastball, the slider, the changeup. Interesting thing that I saw this morning. The league is hitting .420 against inside fastballs against him. And there's one right there.
Off the glove of Montero. Nootbaar back to the bag at first. Made a wide turn. And a leadoff single for St. Louis.
The highest average in Major League Baseball.
Must be straight.
Yep. Or he's just missing a lot.
Isn't it amazing if you just miss a little bit? It doesn't matter how hard you throw. These guys don't miss the baseball.
No,
you got to make your pitch.
You got to make the pitch, and you can see. I mean, that's the kind of the interesting thing. You know, you can listen to us talk, and you can watch the game, but look at the little things about the game. Watch the catcher where he sets up and where he ends up moving his glove to. You see right there. Right there, it just cost him a strike. You know, the catcher has to reach back. Hunter Wendelstedt is an old school umpire. If you miss your spot, he's probably not going to give it to you as often as some of the other guys. And if you miss your spot, it's also going to get hit.
A strike to Donovan. He was 3 for 5, a double, run batted in last night. 6th 3-hit game of the season. And leading National League rookies. And first extra base hit since June 26th.
I tell you about this lineup. I'll take my chances with getting Arenado up.
Little flare and a base hit out to left.
With these 2 guys in the top 2 of the order, or any of these 2 guys. I'll take any of these 2 guys. You got Edman, Carlson, Donovan, Newbar. Put those two guys in front of Goldie and Arenado. I'll take it all day long.
And for Bud Black, his defensive alignment around the horn, presented by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Hilliard, Hampson, Blackman in the outfield. McMahon, Iglesias, Rogers, Montero on the infield. Dom, Nunez behind the plate. And it brings in Paul Goldschmidt.
If I'm reading that fastball stat, I'm a Colorado Rocky right now. I'm hoping that he does not go inside to Paul Goldschmidt, and probably Arenado too.
And Goldie had his 100th home run as a Cardinal on Tuesday. Fastball then a strike. The active leader against the Rockies in career home runs, 28, 76 extra base hits, runs, and second in RBI.
Take a look at the location, like I was talking about. Missed location again.
Good pitch there. Nothing in two. Goldie 7 for 20, pair of home runs. He's driven in 8 against this right-hander. Last time that Senzatella was in St. Louis and pitched against the Cardinals was 2019. He went an inning and 2/3 and gave up 6 earned. And the 0-2. Base hit into right. Here comes Newbar. Lars will score. And it's 1-0 St. Louis on the 93rd run, batted in by Paul Goldschmidt.
It's a great piece of hitting right there. Be a little bit patient. You sit back, look for your pitch. If you don't get it, then you go to the secondary plan, which is staying on something and hitting up the middle. Got a fastball away. Missed location again. And just serves it into right field. Look at the balance. Perfect. That shift, man, I'm telling you. I know he's not supposed to go away right there, but a guy like Goldie right there with late in the count and fastball middle away, he's going to hit it over there.
And here is Arenado. 4 players in baseball with 4 more home runs, 10 or more runs batted in each month, and this is one of them. Nolan Arenado. Ground ball softly hit right side. Montero no throw. Scoring on the play. Brendan Donovan, 2-0 Cardinals. Arenado is driven in 75. The other 3 players, by the way, that can lay claim to that: Ohtani, Judge, Lindor, Arenado. Pretty good group. So 3 consecutive singles, the ground out, and here's Nolan Gorman. And Gorman is due for that 14th home run. First pitch, a strike. I like this matchup. Guy that throws a fastball, Gorman, sometimes will guess or cheat, and you better watch out.
I've saw a lot of fastballs so far, so I like it. I like what you're thinking.
He's 2 for 4 with a double last night. 4th double of August, 10th this year. There's an RBI in 3 straight games. Drove in 3 last night. Paul Goldschmidt, the runner at second base, already a quick 2-0 lead.
Did you say 4-0 lead?
Ooh, that was
I knew fastball was coming there too. That's why. Ball was just elevated enough to get. You know, he kind of, for a big, powerful guy, he's not really a high ball hitter. He's not really a low ball hitter, but the ball up there, he's got a good flat swing, but more obviously down than up for him. And that ball's down a little bit. That could go a long way.
Here's a 1-2. I always look at lefties like down and in. They've got that classic uppercut. He really doesn't have much of that.
Yeah, I didn't like the ball down and in either. It's just a different. He's kind of a similar swing, I think, to me a little bit. With doesn't really have much of a leg kick. He stays back good. He swings kind of upward. A lot of lefties swing down through the ball when it's down and in like that. And I don't know. It just different situations. You see right there, he got caught looking for another fastball and got a changeup right there. Pretty good pitch, even though it was out of the zone. Smart. You see guys starting to cheat a little bit. You got to get them off the fastball.
There's Tyler O'Neill. Well, those two have been talking the entire half inning. Once Goldie got to second, that's Jerry Lane, the crew chief. Two guys in baseball a long time, Goldie and Jerry Lane.
It's not really even a slider right there. It's almost like a little cut fastball.
Yeah.
A little bit more than a cutter, but not really a slider.
O'Neill is 4 for 9 on this homestand with a home run. There's a 1-0 pitch. What are those two talking about, Jimmy? What do umpires and players talk about?
Well, he's probably asking Goldie for a baseball because he's going to win the MVP. So can you go ahead and date it for me, and then you can fill in the MVP later?
Yeah.
You know, you get a lot of time to talk when you're sitting over at first base over the years. You know, kind of pick out your favorite umpire here and there.
And a right base hit on a 2-0 pitch. Goldschmidt will score. O'Neill has made it a 3-0 St. Louis lead. Drives in his 41st. 4 hits in the first inning.
Well, Senzatella is straight fastball slider to righties. You can see the fastball. Not only is it straight fastball, it's straight. And then he'll mix in the changeup to lefties, but not very often. So he's basically a 2-pitch pitcher. The lefty has to watch the changeup once in a while. So if you're a right-hander, you're basically going up there looking dead red. And if you look middle away, you're going to see the slider. Hasn't been good yet. Pick out a fastball to swing at.
Pitch in to Dylan Carlson. Had the great catch last night in the first inning, as he has replaced Gold Glover Harrison Bader in center.
How about that? Harry finally gets his Gold Glove, and then see you later.
Yep, it's a tough business.
I'm telling you.
There's no doubt about that. One ball, 1 strike.
On the positive side on this young man right here has shown that he can play center field. He covers a lot of ground. He runs good routes. Doesn't make too many mistakes out there at all, and that is why he can do it. He can go back on the ball. I think probably a little bit better than Harrison does. I don't think Harrison went back on the ball as well as I thought he did at times.
Just made up for it with his speed.
Oh man, yes, but that's why, you know, certain guys play deep, and there's no secret. I mean, he is as good as anyone out there in center field. He's played a little bit deeper, and then a couple balls that got over his head, and there's two things to look at it. You were used to playing deep, so you're only worried about going forward, and when you kind of get in a little tight, you're not thinking back as much as you would be if you played in closer more often, and then so it'll catch you off guard a little bit. But it also, you don't work on it as much. Dylan's a little bit shallower. He's goes back a little bit better. He goes back at angles as well, I think, as Harry does, just not the true speed. And so both of them do a nice job. And I tell you what, I don't know which one I'd pick to go out there every day, but they both could play for me.
Here's a 1-2 and a strikeout of Dylan Carlson. 2 in the inning, but the Cardinals with 3 runs on 4 hits here in the bottom of the first. Good start here in game 3 for St. Louis. In favor of the Cardinals, Jim Hayes pitching, the name of the game.
Jimbo.
No question about it, Danny. The Cards made a couple of moves before the trade deadline aimed at solidifying that starting rotation. It's worked big time. Cardinal starters are on a roll. Over their last 7 starts, Card starters combined ERA of 2.01 while holding opponents to a 2.01 batting average and going more than 6 innings per start. Ali Marmol told me Montgomery and Quintana really stabilized the rotation. Starters have been putting us in a position to win every time out. They've also allowed us to not only rest our bullpen, but also use our relievers in the way we want to. Danny, hopefully Waino keeps it going today.
All right, Jimmy, thank you. Jordan Montgomery, 21 starts before the trade, a 3.69 ERA as McMahon looks at a breaking ball. And now 3 starts with the Cardinals, .54 the ERA. The strikeout rate has jumped. And for Quintana, he's about a run better so far in 3 starts ERA. And his strikeout rate has jumped as well.
You got to like it when you get a guy who's pretty good and you get him with a guy who's pretty good like Yadi, and he gives you a little advice, and next thing you know,
winning
voila.
games.
Yep. And that's what I love too all about that exchange between the American League East and the Central over here. Is it's fresh, it's new, different guys facing different guys now. Whole new, just it's a whole new ball game for him every time. It's not like, oh, here we go against the Blue Jays again. You know, it's like, let's see what we got today.
Hit the other way and past Arenado. And the second hit for Colorado in this ball game. Take a closer look at Montgomery last night, and he was outstanding.
I just love the arm angle when he gets up top and the ball goes down. You can see right there, he got a lot of guys looking for fastballs away, fastballs in, and then when he started throwing the fastballs, they were on it a little bit. The changeup came into play. You can see it fooled a couple of guys. That was the slider away right there. Just did a really nice job of just kind of locating his pitches and keeping guys off balance. I mean, going in a lot early and then spotting up some fastballs. You know what's funny is even going in for him, as tall as he is in a down angle, you can look in there and sometimes hard to pull the trigger.
Here's Montero, the 1-0 pitch and a strike. He signed with the Cardinals, international free agent, in late August of 2014. 5 minor league seasons in the Cardinals system. So 1 home run, batting .253, and the 1-1 pitch. You know, Jimmy, you talked about getting Goldie and Arenado up. You made that point the first inning. That is a key. Well, the Cardinals, they typically are getting a first inning lead because of the plate appearances with these 2 guys. They're averaging almost a run a game in the first inning, 3rd best in baseball. So then you couple that, if you get good starting pitching, guys pitching with a lead, sometimes more aggressively.
Definitely helps.
It really helps.
Well, you know what? That's a big thing. Talk about the big 2 in the middle there, but you got to tip your hat to the guys that are in front of them, which is sometimes a different guy or 2 different
every
guys
night.
every other night, every night.
2-2. Just a feeling around this team too. It's changed. They were not a great come from behind team last year outside of the 17-game winning streak. And those 2 a big reason why this team is in the position they're in. But even right now, you feel if they fall behind, they're going to come back and find a way to win games. Did that the other night.
I think that you watch the growth of some of these players. Like Newbar will give you a great at bat. Donovan probably give you as good of an at bat as you can have at this level. And even like that first at bat, he can stay on pitches and bloop some stuff in. You don't even have to talk about Goldie Arenado. And then you have Carlson and Edman also will battle as good as anybody else. So you've got a lot of guys in that lineup that will, you know, take a bunch of pitches, foul some pitches off, and will stay on pitches to give you a good at bat. And that's what you need going down towards the end of the game. It's not all about home runs and hits. It's also about walks. It's also about stealing bases and just putting the ball in play.
McMahon 7 steals. He's at first in a 3-2 pitch. Not running. Curveball. Foul. Boy, Wayno will keep you on your toes on 3-2, 3-1. You have no idea what's coming.
Well, the thing for him is the confidence level of each pitch that he has, and usually it's day to day a little different, so you'll know what he feels by what he'll throw in that count.
Wayno look back at Gorman just to make sure, hey, back to me, I'm going to you. 3-2 pitch. Fly ball, left center, under it. Carlson makes the catch and the first out. Jim Edmonds, your Toyota key to the game.
The key for me today with Waino is location, location, location. And this is what makes him so good, is he does this well. So I'm just going to go ahead and say the obvious key to the game wouldn't be any of his pitches. It's just locating his pitches and executing. And as we watch that today, we'll know, because he'll either be vintage Adam Wainwright, or he'll struggle today and he'll have to fight his way through it.
There's Sam Hilliard hitting 187. And a grounder foul. So, Jimmy, we were talking a little bit about Dylan Carlson getting jumps, and he plays a little bit more shallow than Bader. How do you practice for a young kid at home that's watching? You're an 8-time Gold Glover, one of the best that played that position. How do you read it off the bat, the various spots in the outfield? Is it practiced in BP? Is it God-given? A little bit of everything? What is it?
It's reps, it's practice, it's every day paying attention, and it's not about waiting till you get to the big leagues to do it. It's going out there during batting practice at high school or little league or whatever it is, and just kind of get in your position and play it like a game and see what you can do. And you know, sometimes too, it's not even like catching the ball, it's getting the first jump. So if you're at second base and you're in high school watching batting practice, you get down on each pitch during batting practice, and when the ball's hit, you move in that direction and you're done. You don't have to go catch every single ball. Outfield, same way. Get in there, pay attention. The ball goes up in the air. You turn and run a step or two. It's not where you can catch it. You break it down, you start over again. Not all about catching the ball. It's actually about getting that good first step. You can practice that all day long.
The 1-2 pitch to Hilliard. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2. The Cardinals have been very good defensively. They have not committed an error. The 5 games of this homestand, and with an errorless game today, would mark the Cardinals' first homestand without an error since September of 2020.
I mean, think about how difficult it is to do just because errors are so easily given out. You know, you can throw the ball from the outfield like we were talking about. Paul DeYoung caught that ball off. If the ball is thrown from the outfield and hits the runner,
it's an error.
It's an error.
Yep.
You know, if a pass ball takes a funny bounce and stays down, it's a pass ball, it's an error. Like, it's just, it happens. But so to play that well for 5-6 games in a row is another bonus, and that's why they're winning baseball games.
Cardinals have a .768 home winning percentage against the Rockies, best against any opponent since this ballpark opened up 2006. Yanni's got him, and a caught stealing. Catches McMahon. He's got good speed. Things coming together for St. Louis. By Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in the St. Louis area. Find yours at your Mid-America Chevy dealer. And by Car Shield. Car Shield cars go farther. Yachty up to his old tricks ball game.
Tell you what, he got a great jump too. Yachty threw it right on the money. Another thing that impressed me the most, the throw. But the 2,000 people standing behind home plate giving him a standing ovation in the top of the second for making that throw.
They don't miss much.
That's Cardinal baseball right there.
And Molina sends a fly ball into center. Coming on to make the catch, Garrett Hampson. By the way, Yachty now is 4 starts away in his career to tie Bob Boone for 3rd all time in the history of baseball. So to the second man coming up, Tommy Edman. And pick your favorite defensive moment in the greatest play ever sweepstakes, presented by Pixel Vault, for a chance to win tickets to a regular season game of your choice. Restrictions apply. MLB.com. Tommy Edman looks at a ball low.
I hate when people say this because I don't really truly believe in it. But today, look at right now. You got a guy right here that can see some pitches. And he's basically another leadoff man coming up before the leadoff guys and giving you a double. So now you're at the top of the order with just basically sending a guy to second base with 1 out.
It is one of the reasons that they either drop Nootbaar or Carlson or Edman to 9, because once you roll over the lineup, it's kind of a jumbled mess, if you will. So you get those guys in front of
that was a great
big boys
right there. That's normally what he struggles with, and this is such a nice swing. If he can stick with this swing right here, that's his right-handed swing. Usually he can stay on balls and go around. He'll get around the ball a little bit when he's struggling left-handed. That is nice to see.
And here is Lars Nootbaar. First pitch swinging, popped foul, out of play.
Man, he is just missing pitches.
Did that a lot last night, didn't he?
Yeah, and he got away. He was starting to pick it up a little bit as far as just his swing and his balance. And I felt like maybe last night he was a little bit off again, but still hitting the ball hard, but just not like he's capable.
And he's 1 for 2 today. Edman advancing to third, and it brings in Donovan, who dumped a single into shallow left first time up. Senzatella, you don't know what you're going to get when he pitches in St. Louis. First ever start here was in 17. He went 8 innings, no runs. Last time, inning and 2/3. And he's also mixed in another start with 7 innings and 2 earned. Little check swing, slowly hit up the first base line. Donovan beats it out, and a run will score. He's got 2 hits today. And it's a 4-0 St. Louis lead. Senzatella is hurt.
Looked like just another one of those plays where the pitcher went over there, and just like the play was it in Cincinnati
with Matz,
got in between and just got his body in a bad position with the legs, and he just bites something. Yep. But watch him stutter step right at the grass and the dirt right here. Same exact play. He's in between, and look. Right there. It's amazing how tough and strong the body is, and how quickly little tweaks can get you with the little stuff.
As good of condition these guys are in, too.
Just those joints, man, the little ligaments and the cartilage and all those little things in there cannot. Sometimes it's everyone's getting so big and strong now that some of those little ligaments and stuff can't hold people together as the way they used to back in the day when everyone was small and skinny. That's a bad break right there.
That'll be it for Senzatella, and Austin Gomber has grabbed a baseball and he'll start throwing. Struggling putting any weight on that left leg.
That's the thing too, you never know. It could be the littlest little tweak in the cartilage, or it can be, you know, something a lot bigger, and yet it all kind of feels the same. Trust me, I've had plenty of knee surgeries to know.
So Gomber was throwing just a bit in the pen, just playing a little catch. So they're going to give him plenty of time to get to the mound and warm up and get loose. And with that, we will step aside with the Cardinals leading here in the home half of the second. 4-0. Left rotator cuff. Hit 205 this season, 11 homers, drove in 41. But another player gone from the everyday lineup that we're accustomed to seeing with the Cincinnati Reds. A lot of games remaining with Cincinnati. For the Cardinals, they have 4 head-to-head with Milwaukee, a bunch left with Pittsburgh. The second easiest schedule in terms of opponents' winning percentage behind Seattle in baseball. Chevy called to the pen, and it's the former Cardinal Austin Gomber.
Basically fastball, curveball change. Kind of straight over the top a little bit. A little bit of tail. Low 90s, good breaking ball.
So Gomber in and Goldie at the plate. Singled on an 0-2 pitch to right field as he drove in his 93rd. He loves hitting against lefties, and especially those that come in. We'll see if he's ready, but thrust into action here. And the first pitch is taken down.
Gomber's had kind of an interesting year so far. He's 5-7. Pitched in 23 games, but only started 16 of them. So he's been in and out of that rotation.
Here's a 1-0 pitch. Got to know Austin quite well in his time in St. Louis. Good guy.
Good guy, you're right. Good family.
Yep.
Family man.
Here's a 1-1. Goldschmidt with a drive. Out to left center. Number 30. No, it's caught. Nope, it gets down. Goldie winds up at second. A run will score. Hampson did everything he could to keep it in the ballpark and make a great catch. And Goldschmidt winds up with a double, and he drives in his second. I think he may have had it initially. I'm not sure.
That ball was caught before he hit the wall. I thought this ball was gone. It didn't get the distance that I thought it was going to get. It stayed up there forever. Man, he's putting the ball in the air for a long time, but that's.
Oh, he's got to have that.
The ball tore off his glove.
Wow.
I've never seen it before.
Usually it's the wall.
Usually something other than the ball. How loose is the glove on your hand if the ball tears it off? And just a fly ball.
I think he had more time to get back too.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, like I said before, when we were talking about how big this outfield is. When you start running that far, you start to lose track of where you're at. Perfect example with the play we showed on Carlson from yesterday. He did the right thing by jumping early. Better to jump than to not jump. But you could see he kind of lost track a little bit. He's about 1.5 steps from the wall, but he thinks he's getting close, so he jumps to be safe. Same thing there. It just, I don't know. I'd like to see how that glove is barely on his wrist right there. That's a little unusual.
Sam Hilliard is almost in the Rockies bullpen in left field.
Tell you what, if I was involved in that play and there was a Reggie Sanders or a Larry Walker or a J.D. Drew out there, we would all still be laughing. They wouldn't let that one go, and neither would I if that happened to someone else.
Here's a 1-2. Lined into right field. And the catch is made. And the big difference when it gets to the plate, the velocity, the dip, all of it with Adam Wainwright.
Yeah, and this looks a little weird, so stick with me here right now. So they're saying that the fastball at 87 is getting to the plate, but the curveball is 8 feet behind it and at 72 mile an hour. So when we talk about being ready to hit the fastball and why you see guys out in front of the curveball so much is when you're swinging at 87, imagine your bat having to be through the zone at 87 and the curveball is 8 feet behind it. So that's why you see those crazy swings once in a while when you're thinking all fastball and you don't see the ball out of the hand. that is when you'll see swings and misses in the dirt.
Garrett Hampson with a fly ball into right. Over Newbar and out of play. Watch out, Newt.
I love that net.
I bet the outfielders are saying that's going to save me.
I'm Spider-Man all up in that net if I could.
So the Cardinals, everything going right now. Edman an extra base hit each of his last 3 games. 30th multi-RBI game of the season for Goldschmidt. It's a 5-0 lead. Waino on the mound. And already the Rockies with a pair of injuries in the game. Good breaking ball as the starter Senzatella had to go out with a leg issue, knee. And Charlie Blackmon is out as well. 0-2 the count on Hampson, who's left standing at the plate with a caught stealing of McMahon back in the top of the second. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3.
There you can see that fastball right there. It didn't come back. That's reputation. He's thinking it's going to come back. And when you see the fastball away, you think it's two-seamer. And if it doesn't come back, so be it. But you got to go after it.
Jimmy, is this also an example of what we were just showing with the StatCast of the curveball too? You got to be ready for that, and all of a sudden it's blown by you.
It's really weird because when I faced Adam, he pitched me in and tried to speed me up. But I was shocked, thinking curveball, how much slower and much downward break it actually had.
Like that.
Yeah. As it jumps out of his hand so high, and your eyes are focused on his hand thinking fastball, especially if you have to look in, and then that curveball goes up there, you see it. But when you start to react to a normal curveball, it's still seconds behind or feet behind a normal curveball. So it is, when he's on, you know, that's why we watch what we watch. And I saw it firsthand from the batter's box.
How'd you not laugh when you were in the batter's box against Adam?
Because I was trying to pound it down LaRusso's throat.
At least you're honest.
I'm dead honest. Remember that time I hit 2 home runs against them in Chicago? And I tossed the bat over there, and he had made me so mad. And he said, "Did you throw the bat at me?" And I said, "No, I would never do a thing like that."
You were doing that.
And I said, "Of course I did." I said, "I hope it hit the dirt and threw rocks up in your face." I knew exactly where you were sitting. I was fired up, man.
2-2. Curveball of beauty. Back-to-back Ks and 4 today. 3 in a row.
This is the curveball that he is known for right here, where it finishes. I always say if it's below the strike zone, where Yachty catches it, that's when he's going to have success. And he can even go lower than that.
Well, the Cardinals have a couple lefties they're going to face in back-to-back nights against Arizona. Tommy Henry, Madison Bumgarner, and then they'll see Merrill Kelly, who's 10-5. He's had a really good year on Sunday. It'll be Michaelis Hudson Quintana beginning tomorrow. Softly hit, charging Edman, and he will not get the speedy Iglesias on that play. He's hustling down the line. It's funny when you can sniff out a base hit. All of a sudden, the hamstring
it doesn't hurt as bad.
Yeah, it feels a lot better. Well, we have a moment. Quick word from Academy Sports and Outdoors.
With our free in-store assembly and pre-assembled grills and smokers, buy online at academy.com and pick up in-store. So keep those grilling plans at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Here's Wynton Bernard, went 1 for 3 in his major league debut a week ago from tomorrow. We talked about it in game 1. Took him a long time, nearly a decade, to get to the big leagues. 31 years, 322 days old. And a fly ball out to right, backing up and making the catch, Lars Nootbaar.
That's a really special story. We talked about hitting the Blackmon right there. What a great play by Nootbaar.
Hey, we're getting to a point, Jimmy. We're running out of time. You know, you got to see these guys.
Get the merchandise, too.
Courtesy of Busey Bank. Tickets at cardinals.com/promotions.
Get some merch.
I called Austin Gomber, this is Nolan Gorman, when everything had been shut down. This is how far we've come from the beginning of when we just started hearing about COVID, and then baseball was shut down. I said, how are you staying in shape? How are you keeping your arm in shape? Who are you playing catch with? He said, well, and he lives in the Florida, Orlando area. He said, there's some guys around here, but we've had to sneak into public parks to go play catch. Can you imagine that? I mean, that's where we were, sneaking into a public park.
Oh, I can imagine.
So there were some mounds that were there at various parks, and get on those. They're all beat up.
I was just waiting for you to say that Rachel was playing catch with him and his wife Rachel, and being a team player and getting the catcher's gear and strapping it on and getting after it.
I used to play catch with my mom, and then I hit probably 11 or 12, and I fired one back at her, and it was barely caught right by her nose, and she threw down her glove and said, that's it, you better find somebody else. And a walk to Nolan Gorman.
Pretty good at bat right there. I think it's funny on the other end with that, where my dad used to throw to me all the time, and I remember when he said, okay, I need to figure out how to get an L screen because it's coming back too hard now.
Exactly. That's enough.
Yeah.
There's Tyler O'Neill. Singled on a 2-0 pitch to right with a 2-out RBI, his 41st of the year. The first inning, Cardinals with 7 hits, and they lead it 5-0. Short lead at first.
I bet you,
strike one.
I bet you every dad at home can remember where they were when
it got too hard.
Standing in the open was too much. Well, I was in spring training and the team was in the cage, and I had Landon, and he was probably about 6 to 7 years old. And I looked at Yachty and those guys, and I said, do you think I need an L screen to just toss him some balls? And they said, it's there. Why not use it? First ball I threw, he hit it right over the top of the little cutout in the L, right over the top of my hat. First pitch. And they all looked at me and started laughing. They said, yep, it's time.
Yep. Better protect yourself.
Yeah, I won't even lob toss the Hayes, my 4-year-old, anymore without the screen in front of me. I can't. I don't have a glove on half the time down there, and it's just like, yeah, I'm not even trying to protect myself anymore.
Get him swinging at an early age. Swing hard, you might hit it, right?
Boy's a monster, man. He's going to be a player. Just turned 4.
That pitch taken high, and it's 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Inside, back-to-back walks. So back-to-back walks, and the batter will be Dylan Carlson, struck out swinging in the first inning. Senzatella, inning and 2/3, 5 runs on 6 hits. Struck out 2, no walks. And ball 1. Try to get Gomber on track here.
Sure, there's a little butterflies, a little heart pump going on right now. He wants to pitch and kind of show Cardinals what he's got, and you know, sometimes that works really well, and sometimes that can backfire on you in a bad way. To be able to calm yourself down and use that aggression deep down inside of you, not kind of on what you can see.
And a strike, 1-1. Dodgers and Brewers playing a day game. Top of the first, and there's no score. We'll keep an eye on that. Cardinals with a 3-game lead in the Central.
Oof. That pitch.
That reminded me of a Montgomery pitch from last night.
Talk about angle right there. I don't know if that was a cutter or serious angle coming in. What do we got here? I just got, look at the ball where it stuck. Just a 4-seamer with angle right there. He just threw it inside.
Evens it up at 2-2.
He's got such a good breaking ball. You see the angle of that ball right there.
He's got a great breaking ball.
The problem is it just doesn't. He's got to throw it for strikes. And you notice that Adam doesn't waste too many breaking balls unless it's called for. He's not just throwing the breaking ball to get it to be chased. He's getting it to either be put in play or get a strike. A lot of these guys use the breaking ball as a weapon to get to chase. And if you don't chase, then you have to go right back to that, which is a fastball over the plate.
That pitch, though, that he got in on Carlson, I haven't really seen that much from Gomber. If he's got that pitch, that's an effective pitch.
Well, he never really pitched in the past. And you have to pitch in this league, and especially with him. He's kind of over to the first base side a little bit. Well, he's kind of on the edge, but not as far over as he could be. But create that angle into a righty with just a 4-seam fastball.
Up the middle, base hit. Nolan Gorman will score. Back-to-back walks and a single. Dylan Carlson is 1 for 2, and he drives in his 37th. 6-0 Cardinals.
And I think that's right there, kind of a little bit of what happens if when you don't throw that curveball for a strike. Then you throw the fastball, and then you don't want to throw the curveball again, which I don't know why. And he threw a changeup, and it just got too much plate. Kind of a hard changeup too. I'll tell you what, if I had that curveball, you'd be forced to hit it.
100%.
It's not like it doesn't shoot up out of his hand either because he's so tall. It just kind of comes down, breaks, and just got to make it for strikes.
Strike one on Yachty. Fly to center. Runners at the corners for the Cardinals, leading 6-0. Molina 1 hit away from 2,150, which would tie Yogi Berra 5th all-time among catchers in the history of the game. Inside, Kia player profile, and Yachty moving up the leaderboard hit chart for catchers in the game. The 1-1. 1-2. Cardinals have won 26 of their last 36 here at home. Trying to add to that here today. The 1-2 pitch. 2-2. Nobody out, 2 runners on, and a 2-2 pitch to Yadier Molina. The full count, runner stays put. Carlson at first base, back to the bag. 3-2.
That's another thing too with Yachty. I see a lot of times that, you know, he's been hurt and off and on and been in and out of the lineup. I think he's one of those guys, you know, sometimes you can just go after him. You don't have to waste pitches, and you know, he's not 100% yet, I don't think, and you're giving him time to react on off speed.
3-2 is fouled back just below us. Cardinals started the runner.
how stand up, Danny. Look how young this little boy is that got the ball. He couldn't be but 3 years old. The ball went right over his dad's head, bounced off a seat, came back, bounced into the friend's hand, and a young little boy got the ball. That is so awesome.
The swing and a miss, throw down to second. And a stolen base for Dylan Carlson, his 5th.
It was meant to be.
Oh, look at that smile, man. He is.
Looks like one of your children, like towhead blonde.
Yeah. He is fired up, too.
Yes, he is. That was a lot of work for that baseball to get back into his hands after went over his dad's head, bounced off a seat, shot up in the air, came right back down. Your day, son. Your day.
Infield in after the strikeout of Molina. Runners at second and third.
Let's go ahead and put him on. If you're going to play the infield in, you get into that point, might as well go ahead and go after the lefty with bases loaded, chance to get a double play ball.
And I know that's back-to-back lefties too.
I know that's a little crazy, but I mean, if you're going to play the infield in with Tommy hitting the way he swings the bat on the right side,
I think it's a thought.
Either that or you better heads up on the infield on the left side.
Yeah, it's going to be something hit hard.
The hot corner at short and third.
One out. Runners at second and third in the 2-0. I think that's what you're talking about, ball game.
Yeah.
Ball was blistered.
I still think if what the future could be with this group of kids if you can keep them together. I mean, your nucleus here is so young.
Stagger contracts if you want to extend them, and you should be able to do it.
Just treat them right, and they'll want to stay. They'll want to stay together. That's the key. How could you not want to stay together? If you want to leave this group, and you get offered what ballpark, because like I've done that, I've been there. And I stayed, and I wanted to stay a part of this. And I'm not just saying the Cardinals. I'm talking about this group of kids. This group, you're looking at everyone in this order right now is, what is the oldest person is Goldie, and then you got, what's Nolan, 31? Then everyone else is 27 and down, except for Yachty. I mean, that's a heck of a group.
Yep. I saw that young boy with a smile, Jimmy. It reminds me there was an unbelievable night at the old ballpark. Ball would never go into the radio booth. Jack Buck one night had and I think it was a young boy that was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis. And he said, boy, all I want is to get a baseball. The ball would never, ever come into the booth. That night, it landed in his lap.
Come on.
And Jack had to take his headset off and walk out. He was overcome with emotion. How awesome is that?
That booth kind of was similar to this one, right? Where the ball just didn't really get up this high, straight back.
Yeah.
It's kind of the fun. I haven't. What have we had? One ball in the last like 5 years in all the stadiums we've been to?
Never had one here.
Never. I think we had one shot, and it hit like the wall or something.
You gotta have a fishing net.
Yeah, and that's a lot of effort.
Too much.
It's too quick. You got to be ready to go. I could see maybe Milwaukee could bring a fishing net. It was so low.
We had a ball earlier this year make it to the scoreboard room. That's the first time I remember that. And apparently there was one the other day. What was it, in the radio booth or next to them?
I think it actually hit the little pan that we have in front of us where all of the wires and stuff hang. I don't know if it actually made it into the booth or not, but it's as close as it gets.
Obviously, the night I saved Al in Milwaukee was incredible.
I would think that Milwaukee gets quite a few.
A lot. That's a low booth that you have.
That's probably the best in the league, right?
I think so.
For vision. I mean, or you could be in like Pittsburgh or Washington, and
you'll never ever get one.
A mile high. They should put like purple seats in the in the booth.
The 2-2. Long inning here for Gomber. Pair of walks to start it. Then the base hit by Carlson. Back-to-back strikeouts, Molina and Edman. Nootbaar is 1 for 2 today. And a 3-2 pitch coming up. Would you go with Albert Pujols here?
No. I wouldn't.
You sure? Why wouldn't you?
Well, I guess you would.
Why not? Bases loaded, lefty.
Well,
go for it.
I mean, if you want to. I'm sorry, I said yes because I was just not paying attention to the dugout like you were. I was kind of looking down at the TV
I was
monitor.
thinking about this 2 hitters ago.
But I also thought because of the score and a day game, but why not?
Well, here's what I'm thinking. You got 2 lefties coming up. He's going to be in the lineup. Let's get an at-bat here. Get the rest of the at-bats today. You got a 6-run lead, and you can put this game out of reach with 1 swing. He could do it.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking it was maybe another day off, and I was thinking about my day off tomorrow and you working with Brad and me not knowing the fact that a lefty's pitching tomorrow. That's what I was thinking. So thank you for clearing that all up.
You got it. If you're going to use him, why not right here? The first pitch outside. The bases are loaded for Albert Pujols.
I think if you just watch Austin pitch and you could just, without picking on Austin, see why some guys have higher ERAs or struggle just not being able to throw that first pitch for a strike.
Albert hits it out to deep left. It is gone. It's a grand slam. 690 off the bench. Pujols pinch hit grand slam.
Yeah, pinch hit. Yeah, go ahead, Danny.
He's turning back the clock in 2022, and a grand slam off the bench for number 5.
I don't even know what to say. I was going to say, wow.
And the 1-1. (10-0) Cardinals. The grand slam hit by Pujols. The 2-1. Incredible.
I just don't even know what to say. You just watch it in amazement all the time, every day. One of my better friends, and still shocks me every time. He just keeps doing it. And it doesn't shock me. It's just awesome to watch.
3-1. 3-2.
As I was saying, though, if you have to throw strike 1, and that's why. I mean, it's not a secret, right? You throw a changeup off the plate. You have the bases loaded. The hitter in his mind says you have to throw me a strike right here. And so you cheat. And if you make any kind of mistake, that's the result.
16th career grand slam. 3-2. Broken bat hit to short, taken by Iglesias. This crowd has been treated to nothing short of A spectacular season put together by number 5. Back home. The grand slam. The memories just keep on coming.
And so do the hits.
The moments. The runs. 10-0. In 49 different pitchers that he's hit a home run off of in his career.
Well, that's not fair. Don't mess it all up. Gotta get a new one each time.
Wow. 690 with a grand slam for Albert Pujols. And Brendan Rodgers looks at a strike, 0-2. Ties Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, Dave Kingman, 10th all-time, 16 career grand slams.
It's amazing too, is the strength of him. He even got beat a little bit. The ball got deep. They're so strong and the swing is so good. They fought through it because the bat was level and just enough.
Really enjoyed the interview that the Cat had with John Mozeliak and talking about Albert Pujols in terms of, yeah, we knew there was going to be the nostalgia of bringing him back, but this is about as good as we could have ever imagined, if not better. I'm not sure it could be any better.
I don't know if you remember this, but one of your partners told you this was going to happen.
And I told Brad, I agree with, oh, you were. I think now, though, if you're Ollie, you've got to look at the right-handers that are coming up and saying, okay, it's not a guy that's throwing 98 to 100, or even if it is, the way he's swinging the bat.
Well, the thing, too, is he's such a good hitter, and he's gotten back the confidence, the ability to not just swing for the fences. And he'll no stride still, shorten up his swing against those fastballs in those situations. And he'll take big hacks like that when he gets the opportunity.
Ground ball. Edman. 2 away. Crone retired. Don't miss your chance to get discounted Cardinal tickets, 8 or more gallons of gas at a participating station using the My Phillips 66 app, and get up to 50% off Cardinal tickets. For more information, visit phillips66gas.com/Cardinals. I'll say it again. Bring your son or daughter, if they have not seen this man play, one time, just to say I saw him. And if you're here today, you got a treat. Coming off the bench with a grand slam, Wainwright on the mound, Yachty behind the plate.
I mean, how close is he going to be to 700 at the end of the year?
It's going to be close. You know, it's.
Can you pull a John Kruk and when you hit 700 like he did 300 and just say I'm dead? Just walk right off the field.
Well, no, because I want him in postseason too.
No, but like not this year, next year.
Oh, next year.
Let's go through.
You got him coming back next year.
Just go to hit 2 more. You know, like Henry Aaron had to wait the next year to hit either what was it, the tying one or the record-breaking homer early in the season the following year after he got so close. And then was it John Kruk who wanted to hit 300 and he got a base hit and said I'm good.
Said I'm good.
Walked off the field.
Into the shift. Into the glove of Tommy Edman, and a 1-2-3. 3 groundouts induced by Waino. 10-0. Official car and truck of the Cardinals. And by Seidman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer. Wow.
Still thinking about it.
I can't stop thinking about what this guy's doing. We get some more at bats today. He's the DH now.
Be like, I'm good.
Can he get to 700 as we play in game number 117 here today? 6 away from A-Rod for 4th all time. Arenado has a run batted in today inside.
You know what that, I think one of the coolest lines of all times when Mac hit the 3 home runs in that last game to get to 70. And Joe, basically it's kind of deserving of this moment for Albert. How much more can you give us? That was a classic line, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's where we're at right now with Albert. Mike Shannon said take a ride on that for history.
Big boy.
Here's Nolan Gorman, who has struck out, walked, and scored. And that's something. Pujols there in the front portion of your screen and just sitting back there and sitting on that one. A drive into right. It's Gorman, but that'll stay in the ballpark.
Just off the end.
The background of that shot, though, was Adam Wainwright, ho-hum, still doing his
Still
thing.
Sitting there. Been sitting there for 20 years in the same spot. Right there next to the gum in the trainer's bag.
Here's O'Neill. He's been on base twice. And a strike. The fastball inside.
That's that pitch right there. A pitch down and in. That's what these tall lefties can make a living. Montgomery, guys like that. That ball down and in is tough.
Chopped to third, and O'Neill is out. We played 4, and it's all St. Louis looking for his sweep. 10-0.
Pujols has gotten better and better as the season has gone along. It's been amazing. I did ask John Mozeliak if it's fair to say Albert has exceeded expectations. Mozeliak told me anytime you bring back a player that's had the legacy and the history that Albert's had, you're just hopeful it works. In this case, it's been better than that. Mozeliak said Albert's been a key contributor really since the All-Star break. He's taken some pressure off Goldie and Arenado, and when you do that, you tend to win more games. Danny, I'll take that as a yes, exceeding expectations.
It's been incredible, and Pujols with the grand slam. 690 home runs now, and a strike to start the 5th inning. It's Montero, Hilliard, and Hampson. The 0-1. It's sharply to Tommy Edman, knocks it down, and makes the play. Celebrate the newest inductees into the Cardinals Hall of Fame on Saturday, August 27th. 25,000 fans ages 16 and older take home a t-shirt courtesy of Edward Jones, highlighting former Cardinals outfielder and future Cardinals Hall of Famer Matt Holliday. Tickets and info cardinals.com/promotions. The batter is Hilliard. So 1 out and nobody on. Fouled back.
I mean, it's a little early, but look what Waino's doing with that pitch count right now. One out in the 5th. He's got 57 pitches.
And the 1-1 pitch and a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. He has struck out 4. Jimmy, I gave a friend of mine some tickets today. There's a young son that's never been to the ballpark, and I tweeted out the other day what we've been talking about a lot, which is come on down to the ballpark and see these guys play one more time if you get a chance. Well, I think we picked a good game. Either that one more chance or the first time to bring that son or daughter down here and check this out. It is different right now here at the ballpark with these 3 guys doing what they're doing. Doesn't get the call.
A beautiful day. You got Waino and Yachty playing. Albert with a pinch hit grand slam and a 10-0 game. Couldn't be any better for the Cardinals organization right now.
No. And the 3-2 pitch. We come back and the Atlanta Braves will be here, and this place is going to be rocking that weekend. And then after that, it really becomes you're in September and people realize, uh-oh, I'm running out of time. I better get down there and watch him play one more time. So I would advise you to get those tickets now. It's going to fill up very quickly. 3-2 pitch. And I'm not just trying to make a sale here. I'm telling you the truth.
I think they were always pretty special when I played, but do you think Fan Appreciation Day this year is going to be crowded?
Oh, I'm not sure the numbers. I think they may be sold out. I'm not positive yet, but that final weekend, those final 3 games against Pittsburgh, I know are well into the 40,000s. Another strikeout for Adam Wainwright, and he has really settled in. He's got 5 today. Cardinals will finish the season on the road in Pittsburgh.
It's that fastball 2-seamer we're talking about. If he gets the feel of it for the righties, you know he's going to use it against the lefty. That was one right there, and that was at the bottom of the zone.
Another ground ball. The 1-2-3 inning, midway through 5. Cardinals on top. Goldie being Goldie. Yachty doing what he always does. Albert turning back the clock. What a fun day at the ballpark.
Turning back the clock. I like it.
Happy 85th birthday for John Wilson. Never misses our games from Kalamazoo, Michigan. There's Chevy Colt to the pen. Robert Stevenson, former Red, is in. Also, Dr. Richard Miller turning 90 today. Retired veterinarian from Fairmount Park. Happy 90th to Dr. Richard Miller. And Catherine Rope lives in DeSoto, celebrating her 100th birthday. So a lot of birthdays and a lot of fun here today. Stevenson to face Dylan Carlson. And the 1-0 pitch. Albert Pujols, by the way, since July 2nd is leading the National League in OPS, which is the standard of what you look at on base plus slug. You can look at the home runs batted in, average, but when you talk to anybody in the front office, they're saying, what's his OPS? On base and slug. It was his 11th home run of the year, and he's driven in 34 this season. His OPS at the start of play was 790. He's 42. That's not supposed to be happening.
With 188 at bats. Doing some quick damage.
Carlson, the RBI, stolen base, number 5, back in the 3rd. And the 2-2 lined up the middle, base hit.
It was almost the same pitch he hit for a base hit earlier today. That's a little bit more of a breaking ball, but off-speed pitch out over the plate after a few pitches, and he just stays with it.
Here's Molina. And he has a chance at some history here today. One hit shy of Yogi Berra. 5th all-time among catchers in hits. And the 1-0 pitch. Fly ball into shallow center. Backing up Rogers to make the catch. And he's 0 for 3 today. Well, we have a moment. Quick word from Jack in the Box.
Mix Good sauce with my new spicy Good sauce for spicy good sauce.
Lost in all this, to your point, Jimmy, how efficient Wainwright has been through 5, only 64 pitches, 47 strikes, 13 of 17 first pitch strikes. It's been awfully good today. So 1 out runner at first and a breaking ball in for a strike.
Yeah, his pitch count, I mean, that's second part of the story. So far, just 3 hits given up and been basically throwing another masterful game. It's fun to watch. In and out, up and down. One thing works, stay with it. The other thing doesn't work, get away from it.
And the 1-1 pitch to Tommy Edman. Slow grounder.
Oh, where did that ball go the other way?
Did it hit the lip or just have spin?
I think it just had, it was almost like reverse spin. It
Yeah.
was, usually you'd see that ball hook foul after a couple of bounces. That started going back towards fair. Watch a spin. I don't know what this is. Watch the left kick right there, right there. See the ball, it's actually spinning towards second base a little bit.
I don't see that very often.
No, that is very unusual.
There's Nootbaar with Albert Pujols on deck. The grand slam by Pujols, if you just joined us off the bench. Ripped into right off the bat of Nootbaar. 12-0 Cardinals.
That's what what Newt does. He takes a breaking ball and takes a fastball for a strike. And then as the pitcher's probably just thinking, oh, I'm just going to throw him a breaking ball. He's probably not looking for anything much, and whack. Tell you, that he can be scary, I'm telling you.
The breaking ball and a strike to Pujols. The grand slam back in the third inning off the bench. His 11th home run of the year, 690 of his career. The 0-1 pitch. Up and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. Since the All-Star break, only 3 strikeouts, 5 home runs, and a .410 average. The OPS, ridiculous. 1 ball, 1 strike on Pujols. The next. Albert hits it out to left. Hooking. Foul. Take it back to the third off the bench. And the grand slam. This place went nuts.
About the other day when he said he hits his line drives over there, hits the big back area, and the bombs in the left center. There's another line drive right into the seats.
The 1-2 yanked foul. A couple breaking balls have been hung in this at bat. He's on them.
Better be careful.
The 1-2.
Oh, missed it.
Fly ball into left.
Wow.
Hilliard with the catch. Difference maker Adam Wainwright today. 3 of his last 4 starts, 7 innings or better, 1 run or less. And he's pitching into the 6th inning here today and has done so efficiently. The hoopla surrounding 12 runs. Albert's grand slam. Quietly, Waino being Waino.
He's had 64 pitches.
Trying to pick up win number 9 here today. It's 9-1-2. Dom Nunez struck out looking at a curveball back in the third. First pitch popped foul out of play. Rockies head back home after this game today. They'll take on San Francisco. Cardinals go to Arizona. Curveball in the dirt, 1-1. Big shift here for Dom Nunez, and the 1-1 pitch, and I'm way out in front. That's another example of that
one right there.
Pitch.
Yeah,
yep.
That's just a lot slower than you think. It's out there, you see it, it just never gets to you. You think you're going to hit it. This one's even away too, and he wants to hit it. And look at once that butt and leg starts sliding towards first base, you are done.
And the 1-2. Check swing did not go. Albert is now homered 32 times in games in which Adam Wainwright and Yadier Molina starting battery mates. Swing and a miss and a strikeout. 6 today for Adam Wainwright. Plaza Tire Service pitch tracks.
Trying to go in there and misses, but gets it up. That's the thing. You can think about that breaking ball. It's in the back of your mind now, so you got to be in between a little bit, and the fastball is just a little too much.
Here's Connor Joe to pinch hit for Iglesias. Cardinals, when they traded Sosa, got JoJo Romero, and this is no average Joe. It's Connor Joe. Any thoughts, Jimmy?
I'm just watching you work.
I'd leave that alone too.
Watching you do your thing.
It's awful.
No. You're paving the way. Have a little fun with it.
It's an all right-handed bench for the Rockies today. Check swing. Here's some of the things going on with Pujols. It's his first career pinch hit grand slam. 6th career pinch hit home run. 16th grand slam all time. And he may get this today, but he is 2 total bases behind Stan the Man for 2nd place now all time in the history of baseball. The 1-2 soft liner right field. Nootbaar. Oh, did he catch it? He did. An incredible play by Newt and a little bow. What a catch, Lars Nootbaar.
That's not only a great catch, that is a great jump and a great route on the toughest ball to play in the outfield. Is the ball right at you and short. This is a tough way to dive. Notice how he has to get out there. He has to put his arm a little off to the side. There's no way to dive straight. Got a little hang up in the cleats with the Cardinals socks. I don't think he doesn't appreciate it.
It's 9 in a row set down.
It's a heck of a play right there.
According to Baseball Reference, by the way, that's only the 2nd pinch hit grand slam in the 3rd inning ever. The other was 1958. So that's the oddity of what we're seeing with some of these moments too. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Curveball, a beauty. 1-2. Adams feeling it today, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got that curveball working where before it seemed like it was the fastball and the slider or the cutter. Now he's starting to mix in that curveball a little bit more. He throws a fastball in right here. Pretty sure he's got his out pitch.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Winton Bernard came in the 2nd inning for Charlie Blackmon. And the 2-2 pitch. Popped up right side. Goldie giving chase back to the infield and drops down.
That is truly no man's land right there.
Yep. He had 3 guys going hard after it too.
It was a long run. Goldie took off like a outfielder. Turned his head, put it down, and took off.
The 2-2 pitch. Near Brad's green seats.
Just a little behind his rows of seats.
If you're thinking that 700 is out of the question, and just looking back at some of my scorecards and the numbers that I have here, Albert Pujols has homered now 7 times in his last 30 games. So I mean, it's there, and he's going to play probably a little bit more with the way he's swinging the bat.
In his 30 games, right?
That's correct. Out. Wow. Bernard gets down the line. Edman was quick. The transition midway through 6. All St. Louis. by Goldie, the high arcing home run, and then Albert just the liner that gets out, and they both land in just about the same spot.
That purple line looks like it was over the top of the stadium almost.
StatCast powered by Google Cloud. And now it's Paul Goldschmidt. First pitch fouled back. You're starting to see two of the home runs that are hit by Albert, the fans scurrying to get to the baseball. What could be, you never know, his final home run.
I forgot about that too. Each one he gets closer to 700.
Sure.
It'd be cool to see that pinch hit grand slam ball work its way back into the mix, maybe into the locker room. It's a pretty special one.
No doubt.
To be 690 also. Nice round number.
Here's a 2-1 pitch, sitting on 29 home runs. Out to deep left, hooking, and it's a fair ball into the seats. It's another double for Paul Goldschmidt, and he's got 3 hits with a pair of doubles today.
Into the bushes. Whatever those nice red flowers are down there. Another four-seam fastball, mislocation. It's a great shot right there.
In the air, out to deep left again, and foul. Some changes for the Rockies. Joe is in left. Bernard going from right to center. Garrett Hampson going from center to short. And Hilliard going from left to right. Kisner is your pinch runner for Goldschmidt at second base. And the 0-1.
You don't see the center fielder to shortstop very often anymore.
That'll keep you in the league.
That's definitely keep you in the league.
Playing short, playing center, which probably means if you can do that, you can play anywhere.
What was the last guy you saw do that? Was it Ian Desmond?
Maybe Tommy Edman did it one
that's
time.
True.
Line to right field, and the catch is made.
And you can't hit the ball any harder than he has the last couple of days and get nothing to show. Was that 2 line drives to third yesterday? Line drive there.
And one of them was a diving stop by McCann late last night. He had the 2 nights ago a screamer hit to second. Yeah, he's hitting the ball hard.
Hit a ball hard to right.
Here's Nolan Gorman. All right, ball game. Quickly off the top of your head. Are you ready?
Sure.
So these two teams, 5 innings, 5 games, excuse me. 5.5 innings. How many runs combined? Quickly. Hits.
Oh, hits. 60.
You're off by just a bit. 129. 129 hits.
No way.
5 games.
That
5
was
innings.
just counting half of the game. Sorry.
Wow.
Holy moly.
Yeah, it's a lot of offense. Here's a 1-2. And a strikeout of Nolan Gorman. Fiesta Cardinals. August 28th. That's a Sunday. Pre-game heritage event in Budweiser Terrace. Visit cardinals.com/fiesta.
Maybe you can ask Brad what that means tomorrow when you guys are doing the game. See if he comes up with Dia los Muertos.
I bet Brad would know. He's a man of the people. You know that, Jimmy. Strike to Tyler O'Neill. Single to right on a 2-0 pitch. 2-out RBI back in the first. Walked and scored in the third. Grounded out to third in the fourth. Cardinals with 12 hits. They have left 2 on today and they've scored 12 runs. And that is foul. Well, those people down there are getting their money's worth.
Action. There's about what, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 sections of people down there, including the fair and foul territories, are getting a lot of action today. Even last night there was a couple balls over there.
I'd say that area is where you're going to get the most foul balls.
Especially against this group right now. They're flying.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
There was a soft fly ball last night late that I think plunked somebody in the head.
Oh, no.
So beware down there, everybody. Especially because it could come in hot.
The 1-2 hit a mile high on the infield. And it'll be the first baseman Montero to make the play. We head to the 7th. All St. Louis 12-0.
ELM was scratched from a game. Danny, while he was in St. Louis, the Cards took the opportunity to watch Juan throw and hit and make sure that the forearm is healing properly. Apparently, it's all good.
All right, Jimmy, thanks. Good news. Give Ali more options here as we go down the stretch, get healthier. Underway here in the 7th. And the 0-1 pitch. Lined into right. Nootbaar is there. Makes another catch.
See where he's at right there? Just deep enough, but also a little bit closer than normally we would play. He's backing up a little bit now, but I like where he comes in. He's deep, but he's not too deep.
It's 11 in a row set down by Wainwright. Some changes for the Cardinals. Kisner is at first. DeYoung into the ball game at short. Tommy Edman moving from short to third. And Arenado is out. 12-0. Cardinals have out hit the Rockies 12-3. Pitch number 84 for Adam Wainwright. And the 1-0 pitch. And another souvenir down there. Got to keep your head on a swivel down there, Jimmy. A lot of action. A lot of action.
A lot.
And the 1-1 popped up, out of play. Just want to make sure with all this action, Jimmy, you yourself, you're locked in.
Heads up here. It's one thing we don't have to worry about.
We had Max Gifford helping us out. Max Gifford was with us the last couple of weeks. He's headed to Syracuse.
I just got a very nice card from him, by the way.
I did too.
That's what I was opening, hoping it wasn't going to explode in my hands.
I'm not real happy with Max. I gave him $20 yesterday. I said, here, go get something to eat.
This is all I got.
And he returned the $20 taped to the back of the card and ran away.
Oh, that's what he did.
Yes, that's why he was running.
I was wondering why he took off so fast.
7 strikeouts.
Well, if you want to give the 20 away, I'll take it. I'm sure I could find someone that would want it. Thank you, Max.
Here you go, Jimmy. You need 20.
20's not getting you very far, especially up here in the booth. Get you some warm water back there in the fridge.
Get you further than you think, Jimbo. Here's a 1-0 pitch. That water is a little warm back there. Here's a 1-1. Line.
Pick it.
Ooh, it is picked. And the play is
Welcome
made
to
by
the game.
Young. Time to stretch. To be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals. Jake Bird is the new pitcher in our Chevy call to the pen. Second appearance in the series.
Last night, it says right there, 19 pitches. Good fastball. 95, 96.
Carlson, Molina, and Edman. Gateway Honda home run inning. Cardinals hit a home run. The Gateway Honda dealers donate $1,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Missouri. Carlson, a couple of hits today, and he scored a pair of runs, is driven in a run, has stolen base as well. Right now, the Cardinals are turning into one of the best home teams in baseball. A win today, they'd go to 40-21 at home. And as it sets up, if it ended today, the Cardinals would be starting at home in the playoffs in a 3-game series. Something to keep in mind.
Yes, home field advantage would be awful nice.
And the 1-2. Here, Bird grunting with every pitch.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Little Nolan Ryan.
Yeah.
2 days in a row. He's trying to get a little extra.
Sueno just shy of 90 pitches. Misses in, and so Giovanni Gallegos. And then Genesis Cabrera. Gallegos sat, and Cabrera starts to throw. And the 2-2. Missed in again.
Talking about pitching in Colorado, how tough it can be. 4 pitchers pitched today for the Rockies so far. ERAs of 5.0, 5.8, 5.7, and now 5.3. It's not a lot of fun.
And a leadoff walk. While we have a moment, quick word from Siteman Cancer Center.
You are someone's favorite person, and your health matters. For the lives you touch, schedule your cancer screening today.
Cardinals have received 4 walks, and 3 of those from Austin Gomber, and now it's Yadier Molina. Let's see if he can't get that hit to tie Yogi Berra. The first pitch, a strike. Molina today is fly to center. Struck out swinging back in the 3rd inning and popped out. The 0-1. Popped up behind home plate, out of play, 0-2. The 0-2. And he knew it. Strikeout of Yachty. Triple bobblehead coming up 18th, the 30th, October 1st. Pujols, Waino, Yachty all connecting to form a triple bobblehead. Tickets and info at cardinals.com/trio.
Triple bobblehead.
Triple bobble, Jimmy. Looks like Waino's day is done. Cardinals will turn it over to the bullpen. That might mean that potentially Yachty would be done. Got last man standing on that bench is Dickerson. We'll see. One ball, one strike. Tommy Edman with a double inside the third base line and a run scored back in the second inning. And the 1-1 ground ball right side, backhanded by Montero. He gets a lead man at second. Lars Nootbaar, big day with a great catch in right. He singled and scored in the first, grounded out to second in the second, walked and scored in the third on the Pujols grand slam, and a 2-run homer in the fifth, his 6th of the year. Pujols on deck.
Lars Nootbaar last at bat with the homer. Curveball strike, fastball strike, 0-2 curveball for a homer. Pretty impressive.
1-0.
He's down 0-2 right here.
The ball does jump off his back.
He gets backspin. It's down through it.
The 2-0. 3-0 with Albert on deck. And here comes Pujols with 2 runners on. You missed it back in the third. The grand slam hit by Albert. Ollie going forward with the bases loaded, using Albert against the lefty. Move paid off. Home run number 690. He's 1 for 2 today. Ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. 2-0. Some of the fans standing here at the ballpark.
A little reminiscent of '98. Smaller group of people, but still doing it.
3-0.
Looking for 691.
I'm going to talk about it here as Nunez going out check on Bird. It was walk 2 in the inning. He's gotten a strikeout of Molina and a ground out off the bat of Tommy Edman, a fielder's choice. 3-0 here on Pujols.
I know you don't want to walk him, but let's not throw one down the middle. We got Kisner on deck, so be careful.
He has never homered against Bird. 3-0.
I don't know if I'd do that again.
I'm with you.
Although he's got some pretty good action.
A 3-1 pitch to Albert Pujols. Albert, base hit out to left. He's driven in 5 today. His second hit. 5 runs batted in for Albert Pujols to extend the lead. It's 13-0.
I mean, he tried to go a little bit away, just didn't get it out there, and Albert just got the bat to the ball and got it in the hole.
That swing is starting to look so much like it was.
Like you said early on this year, it's like he never left.
It's incredible. So now with the total bases, Jimmy, he is 1 shy of Stan the Man. How about that for being the second in total bases in the history of baseball? That's as impressive as many of the other stats that stand out.
I think that one's a big one. I thought that runs scored one was a big one for being how big of a guy he is. Games played. It's another one I thought was a big one. The runs scored one is the names on that list were the ones that caught me by surprise. Like there were some really, really big names on that list.
That slider in 1-2. He was a man possessed in scoring runs, and I remember asking, why is that just so important to you? Because he'd always say 100 was what he wanted to get to. He said, because if you score, you win. It's that simple. Low 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. Fouled back. Good cut. And the strikeout of Kisner. Cardinals strand a pair. They've let 5 on today. Albert has brought in 5. 13-0. Toyota Let's Go Places. And presented by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. See that statue, you think about the great history of this organization. Stan the Man to the present day, and Albert, Waino, Yachty. It's Cardinal baseball. Cardinals leading the ball game 13-0. Pujols is driven in 5. Wainwright goes 7 innings, no runs, 3 hits, strikes out 7, and finishes off the game by retiring the final 13 in a row. 13 has been, I guess, the lucky number today. 13 in a row, 13 runs, 13 hits. And Genesis Cabrera, our Chevy, called to the pen. Cabrera is really a key for the Cardinals down the stretch, Jimmy, and he's been a little hit and miss since the break. Really, right before the break, they got to get him on track.
Yeah, he hasn't pitched since throwing 13 pitches in Colorado, and most of those were hit. Give up 4 runs. So he's had about 6 days off. It's a long layoff after having a rough outing. Didn't record an out.
It's Montero, Hilliard, and Hampson. The 0-1. Lost the bat. 0-2.
Make a play, Bud Black.
Well, that's when it's a tough series, Jimmy. When you're
throwing bats to the manager.
You're getting pounded 13-0. Probably going to get swept here, and the bat comes at you. And also, you've lost 2 of your players today.
I'm fine. No contact.
No contact.
Got out of there. Yeah. When you're looking down and see what the matchup's going to be, and the next thing you know, you're running from the bat.
And the 0-2 pitch way outside, and it's 1-2. Eighth inning here at Busch Stadium, 13-0 our score. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-2. And the next high, 3-2. Ray Tommy, our director today, locked in as always. Brian Shapiro, our producer. Ryan McCann does an incredible job in our truck, along with Keith O'Brien and his assistant, Keith Oberman. And the 3-2 pitch. And he hit the bull on the 3-2. That'll be a leadoff walk.
Unlike the movie when he asked him to hit the mascot.
That's right.
He wasn't asked to hit the mascot that time. That was a good idea. Keep them honest. Keep them on their toes.
There's Sam Hilliard. 0 for 2 today with a couple of strikeouts. Cardinals head to Arizona after the ball game. And Miles Michaelis, Tommy Henry tomorrow. Dakota Hudson, Madison Bumgarner, game 2. Quintana, Merrill Kelly, game 3. And then we'll be in Chicago. Fouled back. I've said this a million times to you, Jimmy, and you know this better than anybody. You go to Chicago, you play 5 games in 4 days at Wrigley. Anything can happen, and you walk out of there beat up, don't you?
Yep. You know what? You can win 4 of those 5 games, and when you're out of there, you're exhausted.
Yep. Just the way it is there. Things are different.
Quick turnarounds.
Yeah, the day game, night game.
A little hostile environment at times. I think it's better now. I think part of the feeling for me back in the day was the thick grass, the uneven playing surface, you know, climbing in out of that dugout all the time, the close proximity of the fans. It's just it's a lot, and they've done a lot of improvements there. Especially the field looks amazing.
Popped up left side, taken by Tommy Edman. While we have a moment, quick word from Great Southern Brewer.
Sometimes you just don't feel like running to the bank. Fortunately, you can check your balance from the comfort of your favorite spot with the Great Southern mobile app. Great convenience, Great Southern Bank.
1 away, and it's Hampson. That pitch taken low. Used to be a time you'd go to the dugout at Wrigley, and you'd be standing in the dugout, not on a step, but just standing and looking at the field. And it'd be tough to see your third baseman from the first base side, where the Cardinals and the visitors are situated.
You could see him. You just could only see him from about the chest up.
That's what I mean. You see their head, but the crown of the field was
That's
huge.
so funny. You're right.
And you are correct, too. I mean, the grass was so long at that ballpark. 2-0 the count. Popped up. Kisner with the catch. Just joined us. The Cardinals with a number of changes to get Goldie Arnado off their feet. So you've got Kisner at first. DeYoung came in the ball game, took over for Edman at short. Edman shifted to third. Arnado out. You all right? A little cough?
Oh man. Whew.
13-0, and you're
still trying to get through it.
Emotional. Dom Nunez.
I'm all choked up listening to you talk.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
And here we are, Jimmy, after I had the chance to call all your games. Now here we are side by side. The 1-0 pitch. Soft liner caught. Scoreless frame for Genesis Cabrera midway through 8. And the start times on Bally Sports Midwest. 8 o'clock Saturday, 6:30, 2:30 on Sunday, and all 3 games right here on Bally Sports Midwest.
Beautiful stadium. It is going to be hot. Even inside that dome it gets hot. We went there a couple years ago and they left the roof open for a while to let the grass grow, and air conditioning wasn't working that great. And I think the temperature at game time was about 90 degrees inside.
Jimmy, it gets hot.
It's hot.
Here's Paul DeYoung. Came in the top of the 7th, first plate appearance. So Jimmy, here we are. Like I said, I'm working with you now after all those years. You used to get so upset with me.
No.
The 0-1.
Like your stories, though, they're funny.
And a fly ball into right. Hilliard backs up to make the catch. And now you get to work with a Cat as well. Cat interviewed you countless times as a player.
That's kind of the most interesting part of our jobs right there. Working with a Cat.
You think so?
Yep. You just never know what he's going to come up with.
What catches your fancy?
Well, his journalism is second to none.
His regional cable journalism.
Regional cable journalism. He seems to be.
There's a base hit the other way for Nolan Gorman. 14 hits. Go ahead and finish your thought there, Jimmy, on the Cat.
Oh, I was just saying it's very interesting listening to things that he reports on. Got a good insight. Got good rapport with the players.
Always digging. Always.
You could say that.
There's Tyler O'Neill. RBI single to right in the first inning. Walked and scored in the third on the Pujols eventual grand slam of that inning. Rounded out to third and popped out to first. The 1-0.
Speaking of, how much fun would that be to be able to say 30 years from now, I was on second base when he hit.
I've been thinking about that. Yeah.
691. Not just I watched it, I was on base.
And you know, there's photos of that with him coming home and the players see that. And I was thinking about this earlier when Nolan Gorman had that big day. You and I were doing the game in Milwaukee. Couple home runs, 3 hits. I think he drove in 4 that night. And Albert was one of the first guys to greet him. Big bear hug in the dugout. Those are the things that players do remember when they're done playing. I always find it interesting. See if you agree with me when I say this. They become human beings again, meaning they're so locked in on just trying to survive and stay in the big leagues mentally, physically. Everybody's trying to gun after their job. I mean, you're just locked in the moment, and then all of a sudden you retire and it's like, whew, I catch my breath a little bit. But those are the things you reflect on as a player when you're done playing.
Yeah, and I think that's too part of what some of the veterans can do for the younger players, and like Albert will be up there on that front step when a young player hits a big home run and stuff like that, because you can remove yourself a little bit after being here and being comfortable for a while. But early on, you're right, everyone's gunning for you. I mean, you're trying to survive. There really is no time to stop and look around, so to speak. And it is a big time reflection when you retire, but it's also fun to watch these young kids play when you're up there with them when you're the older player.
Base hit out to left. And back-to-back hits. Gorman will stop at second. Guys are having fun, and when you're up 13-0 and you're winning games, you know, you can put on Yachty's jersey. That's Brendan Donovan with the Yachty jersey. That's when you know things are going all right.
That's funny. Left-handed Yachty.
Carlson is 2 for 3. Couple of singles, a walk. He's got a stolen base, 2 runs scored. Backhanded, nice play, and they turn 2. Well, that was nicely done by Hampson, who started in center field. Yachty had a caught stealing. And then he says, hey, Albert, if you get in, do something, will you? Okay, how about a grand slam off the bench? And he's driven in 5.
Just 5.
The Chevy called to the pen, and Chris Stratton is in for St. Louis. Wainwright went 7, gave up 3 hits, struck out 7, no runs. Cabrera scoreless 8th, and now Stratton. He'll get the top of the lineup: Joe, Bernard, and Rogers. And the first pitch is a swing and a miss. It's getting to the point now, Jimmy, that if you're the Cardinals, you can't wait to get to the ballpark. Guys are fired up, winning games, playing well, certainly winning well and playing well at home. Little check swing out in front of the plate. Yachty pounces on it, off balance throw, and the first out. Would you agree with that?
Yep. Makes it fun. Pretty good job by Yachty. He goes out and gets this. Get the pitcher out of the way. Doesn't even need to kind of gather his feet. Just catches it and throws it.
Strike to Winton Bernard. Over 2 today. Came in after Blackman looked like he may have injured his leg, so took him out of the game. That's a base hit. I like what I've seen out of Bernard.
Not a bad player. At first, looked like he was pulling off a little bit and hit some weak fly balls to right. But it seems like each day he's gotten a little bit more comfortable. Started hitting the ball a little bit harder, a little bit harder.
Brendan Rogers coming to the dish. The 1-0 fouled back, and it's 1-1. What do you got, ball game?
Just taking in the little battle right here with Stratton and Rogers. Taking a good look at Stratton. I haven't really seen him pitch much. I feel like every time he's thrown, I've been at home.
Ground ball left side. Out there, the turn, and they get two to end it. What a double play to finish this game off.
That's unbelievable right there. That play would never be turned 5-10 years ago. And thank you that it is able to be turned today.
What a game, huh? 13-15-0. They made it. No errors. Whole homestand. Nice job, boys. Nice job, Waino. Nice job, Albert. Looking forward to going to the Valley of the Sun, where baseball is a lot of fun, a lot of places to hit there. I'm excited. This team's looking good.
Cardinals win it by the final of 13-0. The grand slam off the bench for Albert Pujols as he drives in 5 today. What a homestand. Big road trip coming up. Postgame is next.